The life of Muslims in Argentina, especially during the month of Ramadan, has a unique atmosphere. Although Muslims are a minority in the country, they continue to uphold traditions and show strong religious devotion. Here is an overview of the life of Muslims in Argentina during the month of Ramadan. Argentina has a Muslim population with diverse backgrounds, primarily consisting of immigrants from Middle Eastern countries such as Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine, as well as their descendants who have settled in the country for several generations. It is estimated that there are around 1 million Muslims in Argentina, although this number can vary depending on the source. Ramadan is a highly respected month for Muslims around the world, including in Argentina. Leading up to Ramadan, Muslims in Argentina usually prepare in the same way as in other countries, such as buying special foods for breaking the fast, iftar, and for the pre-dawn meal, suhoor. Many halal food stores in Buenos Aires and other major cities sell ingredients to meet the needs of Muslims during this month. In Argentina, Muslims fast in the same way as in other Muslim countries, from dawn until sunset. The daytime atmosphere can be quite challenging due to the often hot weather, especially in northern Argentina. However, Muslims continue their fast with patience and devotion. During Ramadan, iftar in Argentina is typically filled with a variety of foods. Many Muslims break their fast with dates, water, or fruit juice, before continuing with the main meal, which usually consists of Middle Eastern dishes such as falafel, hummus, kebabs, or pilaf rice. Some halal restaurants in Buenos Aires also offer special menus for iftar. On the other hand, the pre-dawn meal, suhoor, is also an important time and is often filled with nutritious foods like bread, cheese, vegetables, and yogurt. The Muslim community in Argentina has several mosques that serve as centers for worship and social activities. The largest mosque in Buenos Aires is the Al-Azhar Mosque, which is the main place for Muslims to perform Tarawih prayers and other congregational prayers. During Ramadan, this mosque becomes very crowded, with many Muslims coming to worship, study religion, and gather with fellow community members. In addition to fasting, Muslims in Argentina are also active in charity work during Ramadan. Many Muslim organizations hold programs to provide food and assistance to those in need, including immigrants who may be less fortunate. This is an important part of the Ramadan tradition, which teaches social responsibility and sharing. After a month of fasting, Muslims in Argentina celebrate Eid al-Fitr with great joy. The celebration usually begins with the Eid prayer, which is held at mosques or open fields. Many Muslim families in Argentina invite friends and family to celebrate the holiday by having meals together, wearing new clothes, and giving charity. Although there is no national holiday specifically for Eid al-Fitr in Argentina, many Muslims celebrate the occasion in a heartfelt and festive manner within their community. As a minority, Muslims in Argentina often face challenges in practicing their faith, including limitations in time and space for worship. However, the Muslim community in Argentina is very close-knit, and they support each other in their religious lives. Mosques, halal restaurants, and halal stores are important places for them to gather and share experiences. Overall, despite being a minority, Muslims in Argentina observe the month of Ramadan with a strong sense of community, devotion, and faith, while celebrating their rich culture and traditions within the broader Argentine society. Religious activities during the month of Ramadan in Argentina, although Muslims are a minority, continue with high spirits and full devotion. Below are some of the religious activities commonly carried out by Muslims in Argentina during the month of Ramadan. Fasting is the main obligation for Muslims during the month of Ramadan. Muslims in Argentina fast from dawn until sunset, just like in other Muslim countries. Although the weather in Argentina can be very hot, especially in the northern regions and during the summer, which often coincides with Ramadan, Muslims continue this practice with dedication and patience. Tarawih prayer is a sunnah prayer performed after the Isha prayer during the month of Ramadan. In Argentina, mosques such as the Al-Azhar Mosque in Buenos Aires hold Tarawih prayers in congregation, although the number of worshippers is not as large as in majority Muslim countries. This prayer usually starts after Isha time and lasts until midnight, with the recitation of several surahs from the Qur'an. In addition to Tarawih, Muslims in Argentina also perform the 5 obligatory prayers, fardu, in congregation. Mosques in major cities such as Buenos Aires, Córdoba, and Rosario become centers for religious activities. Although performing congregational prayers can be a challenge amidst busy lives, many Muslims strive to perform their prayers on time. During Ramadan, Muslims in Argentina, like around the world, make an effort to get closer to Allah through the reading of the Qur'an. Many strive to complete the reading of the Qur'an within the month, both at home and in mosques. Some communities also hold tafsir, interpretation, of the Qur'an and religious discussions to deepen their understanding of the faith. In addition, many increase their dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and personal prayers, asking for blessings and forgiveness from Allah. Iftar, breaking the fast, is a highly anticipated moment every day. Muslims in Argentina usually break their fast with dates, water, and light snacks before continuing with the main meal. Many mosques and Muslim organizations hold community iftar events to strengthen ukhuwah, brotherhood, among fellow Muslims. This is a good time for sharing and reinforcing social bonds within the community. Suhoor, pre-dawn meal, is the meal before dawn that is eaten before starting the fast in the morning. While it may not be as widely celebrated as iftar, suhoor is still an important time for Muslims in Argentina to prepare themselves for the fasting day ahead. Suhoor meals in Argentina vary, with many families choosing nutritious foods to help them endure the day, such as bread, cheese, eggs, and fruits. Ramadan is also a month full of charity and goodness. Muslims in Argentina increase their donations and charity, following the teachings of Islam to help others, especially those in need. Many communities organize charitable activities, such as providing food for iftar to those in need or giving aid to the poor. Furthermore, Muslims in Argentina also pay zakat fitra before Eid al-Fitr. Zakat fitra is a compulsory alms that every Muslim must give during Ramadan to purify themselves and help those in need. Many mosques in Argentina, such as the Al-Azhar Mosque in Buenos Aires, organize religious studies or lectures during Ramadan. These activities aim to deepen the understanding of the meaning of fasting, the history of Islam, and enrich the spiritual knowledge of Muslims. These studies can be held after Tarawih prayers or on weekends. Ramadan in Argentina is not only about personal worship but also about community togetherness. Many Muslim organizations hold events such as communal iftar, study circles, or social activities that bring Muslims closer to each other. These activities also serve as a means to introduce Islam to the non-Muslim community and foster more harmonious relationships between different ethnic and religious groups. After a month of fasting, Muslims in Argentina celebrate Eid al-Fitr with joy. In mosques, the Eid prayer is held solemnly, although these mosques may not be as crowded as those in countries with a Muslim majority. After the Eid prayer, many families gather to celebrate with traditional food and share happiness. Although there is no national holiday for Eid al-Fitr in Argentina, Muslims still celebrate with great enthusiasm. Overall, the religious activities during the month of Ramadan in Argentina are filled with a sense of togetherness, patience, and closeness to Allah. Despite cultural and social challenges that may differ from those in Muslim-majority countries, Muslims in Argentina continue to strive to maintain their religious traditions with great spirit. In Argentina, working conditions during the month of Ramadan can vary depending on the company, type of work, and the attitude towards cultural and religious diversity. However, in general, Muslim workers in Argentina who are fasting must adjust to their work environment. Here are some aspects that Muslim workers might face during Ramadan in the workplace. In many workplaces in Argentina, there are no specific arrangements for Muslim employees who are fasting, as the majority of the population is not Muslim. However, some companies may offer flexible working hours, particularly for prayer, suhoor, or iftar. Some workers might start their day earlier to complete tasks before suhoor time ends, or they may request a break during lunch hours to pray or break their fast if the conditions allow. Employees can also speak with their supervisor or HR to arrange special accommodations, such as shorter working hours on certain days or adjusting lunch schedules. For those fasting, lunchtime and break times need to be adjusted. Generally, Muslim workers will fast during working hours and not eat or drink during this time. Some companies that are more sensitive to diversity might provide a designated space for employees to have suhoor or iftar, although this is not always the case in every workplace. Workers may also choose to have suhoor earlier or at home before heading to work. Iftar is typically done after work hours, but if a coworker wants to break their fast together, they might look for a place to host a gathering outside of office hours or in the company's break room. Fasting at work can be quite challenging, especially if the job involves physical activity or mental fatigue. During fasting, workers may feel more tired or less focused, especially during the afternoon when hunger or thirst is more prominent. However, many Muslim workers in Argentina maintain professionalism and strive to complete their tasks despite the more challenging physical conditions. Some companies may provide additional break time for Muslim employees who are fasting so they can rest briefly or perform religious duties like prayer, if possible. The working conditions are also heavily influenced by how open and tolerant a company is towards religious diversity. In more open workplaces, colleagues and supervisors may have a better understanding that Muslim employees are observing the fast, and they might show empathy, such as avoiding eating in front of fasting co-workers or offering support in terms of flexibility. On the other hand, in workplaces that are less diverse or less sensitive to religious differences, Muslim workers may need to be more prudent in managing their fasts, such as keeping their distance during meal times or discussing their needs with their supervisor during Ramadan. In some workplaces with a relatively large Muslim community, shared iftar events are often held. These can be an opportunity to share happiness with co-workers, introduce the Ramadan culture to non-Muslim colleagues, and strengthen relationships among co-workers. However, this is more common in workplaces with a larger number of Muslim employees or in organizations that have inclusive policies towards cultural diversity. Despite fasting, many Muslim workers in Argentina maintain their productivity and professionalism. However, some workers might feel less energetic, especially in the first half of the workday. This can affect performance, particularly in jobs that require a lot of physical activity or concentration. In the workplace, social interactions during Ramadan may differ from other months. Muslim workers might avoid eating or drinking during working hours, and they may be more focused on worship or religious activities such as prayer. Some workplaces may provide a space for prayer, although this depends on the company and its policies. Ramadan also encourages many Muslim workers in Argentina to engage in social and charitable activities. Some workers may bring charitable programs to the workplace, such as collecting donations for those in need or organizing iftar gatherings to support one another. This can be an opportunity to share kindness with colleagues and introduce humanitarian values into everyday life at the office. For Muslim workers in Argentina, the month of Ramadan is a time to observe fasting with devotion, despite the challenges of adjusting to the routine at work. Tolerance, support, and flexibility in the workplace can greatly help them to observe this religious practice more easily. With awareness and understanding from colleagues and supervisors, Muslim workers can experience Ramadan with peace and productivity.